Um, yeah. Hi, Cadence. Hi, Fiona. Lana is here.
Hi.
Lauren,
Hi, Dave.
Lisa. Hey, Dave. Yeah. Nice to meet you guys. I will share this live to our Facebook group. So those people who can join, they can just like see it on the group. Give me one sec. So do you guys have any like questions for me before we can hop on with our like training for today? Any particular steps maybe onto your maybe migrating or build up or setup? So yeah, you can put it in the chat or you can just raise your hand. So let me just get this here. Yeah, Cadence. Mm-mm,
So I haven't actually started yet, but I'm about
mm-mm.
to, maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
There's currently how to set up your membership site. Is that the tech stuff as well, or is it just
Um yeah, I'll show you a quick like walkthrough with that one, but basically
that'd be great.
it's yeah, which software are you coming have you used before? Hang on, let me just put
No.
Dave on mute. Okay, sorry, Dave. I have to put you on mute. So, what specific software have you used before with, like maybe course creation or like stuff like that?
None.
None. Okay, yeah.
I've
Basically,
come out of the
it's
corporate world, so it's all
oh
like
yeah.
government stuff, and yeah, it's all internets and things there. But
Oh, okay. That's really
yeah,
great because basically, you just need to upload your like videos and stuff like that into your course area. You need to set up your main course, the categories you have, and the lessons. So I'll show you the quick walkthrough for that. Give me one sec. Let me just share my screen.
if it's
So
already in training, don't worry about it. But I wasn't sure if there's anything more that we need to know what's in the training.
oh yeah, for sure. Basically I will just walk you through in the basic setup. So let me just share my screen here. Okay. So basically this is where you can find the membership sites, right? So the first thing that you need to set up is actually here on settings. This is where you need to update the site details. The site details is basically the membership portal or the course portal. This is what your students see, and this is what will appear when they try to log in to their like courses. So let's just wait for that one to load. And yeah, so here on the site details, it will just ask like generic questions like what would be the site name? It could be your brand name or it could be your company name. And then your domain. Your domain would be the domain that you link in here. I'll show you where to find that in a bit. And then support email if you have one. If not, if you don't have a support email, you can just put your regular email. Support phone number. This is not necessary. And then, yeah, so basically that's it for the basic ones. And then for the branding, this is where you need to upload your logo. So your logo, we have a suggested size in here for the perfect fit of the logo into the site area, I mean the course area, and also the favicon. So the favicon could be 32 by 32. But if you have like somewhere maybe an image that is just a square one, even if not it's not 32 by 32, you can actually use it here as long as it's not like too big to be a favicon. So yeah. So and aside from that, let me just save this. Let me just go back. And after you set your site details, what you need to do next is to link your domain. Here, custom domain, this is the domain that you will link to your courses. So basically, let's just wait for that one to load. So when people type in workshop.tekmatix.com into their browser, this is basically the login page. So this is where they're going to put in their email and their password. So basically that's the like the course portal. So yeah. So you need to create the domain record into your domain server. So if you're not familiar how to do that, please message us at support so we can just hop on a call with you and help you out on how to link that. So yeah, so we have different server in here. If it's a C name, you can just point it here. If it's an A record, point it here. So yeah. So after that one, let's just wait for that one to load. The next thing would be email settings. So basically the email settings in here, this is what your student will receive when they opt into the course. For example, they buy a course with you, this is where what the email that you receive. It contains the login details, email, and the password. So when I click on preview, this is what it looks like. Yeah, let's just wait for the donut. So you can either create a template for that one on our like email builder, but you can also set this one as default because we have a default template for this one, which is basically a plain box with the login button and then the field for their email and the password. And aside from that one, if you're having like drip email for your, maybe if you have a categories in your courses that you're running as drip mode, maybe every 7 days, every 14 days and stuff like that, this is where you can set up the email for that one too. And yeah, so this is basically the email build template that we have. It has the basic login details, which is email and the membership password. These are custom values, but this will be automatically transformed into actual values once received by a client or by a student. And aside from that, let's just wait for that one. And the last thing that we need to set onto the settings is yeah, basically app settings. This is where to set up your custom learner app for your students. So yeah, the same thing with the site details, but usually yeah, so you can just like put in your logo, your color theme, and then your app details and app name. So yeah, so that would be it. So do you have like other questions for that?
You confirm you don't need to pay for support.
So where are your courses going to be uploaded?
Okay, yeah, sorry for that. So basically that's the front end. That's where you set up your like domain settings and stuff like that. So the courses can be found here under products and the prices will be here under the offer. So basically the process for that one is you create your courses first into the products, and after that one, link it to the prices. So the prices can be found into the offer. So when I click on products, we actually have like different stars courses uploaded in here already. So if you have something that you want to take a look at, you can just like try to preview it. You can start from scratch by click on create product. So let's try to do that. So I can have like, a full walkthrough for that one. So let's just do sprint course. So when I click on start building, it will give me the option to name the course. So maybe let's do it how to use Tekmatix.
Hey, Nat,
Mm-mm.
quickly just mention what the difference is between the courses, because one of them has membership, so I'd be inclined to sort of click on that. So
Yeah. So it will differ onto the offer because in offer, this is where we're going to set the bundles. So the bundles will have those different courses in there. And yeah, so for the offers, we can also like sell like individual courses in there, and we can also like sell like multiple courses that will act as your membership.
okay, so sprint courses are what, short courses like mini courses, and marathon courses are 10 hours or something, or
These are just the main structure of the courses we have. So for sprint courses, this is just basically one category courses. So I'll show you how it looks like in a bit. When I create a product, this is how it looks like. Give me one sec. So as you can see, it only have one category in here or one module. So that's what sprint courses is. So for example, you want to add another category in here. What you can do is click on this plus icon beside product structure. So when I click on that, you can click on create a category and it will create another category for you. So let's just call it category 2 and save. So as you can see, it already created a category here below. For example, you want to create another lesson below this category 2. What you can do is click on this plus icon beside the title of the category. Click on add lesson. It could be a subcategory or it could be an assessment too or quiz. So let's do lesson for now, and I'll just call it lesson 1. And yeah, and here into the lesson, this is where you upload your course. So let me just let's just wait for, yeah. So this is basically where you can upload your video. So your video could be coming from your computer. You can just directly upload it to your course area in here. And aside from that, you can also name your like specific lesson in here and then put in the description for that course. And also if you have a downloadable file, it could be a worksheet or it could be PDFs and stuff like that. You can upload it here for your students to download. And thumbnail, we actually need to have 3 different thumbnails for Tekmatix. The first one would be the main thumbnail for the main course. And then per category, it actually requires thumbnail. And per lesson, it actually requires thumbnail. So this specific thumbnail right here is a thumbnail for the lesson. So as you can see, it requires 1002 by 720. So once you're all good with that, you can just put it in publish and click save. So that should be it. So when I go back in here, let's just wait for that one to load. And then after that one, so yeah, so basically that's the main format of your like course area. See this drop down right here. You also have the option to put a specific category on draft, unpublished, unlocked if you want to meet a specific maybe what do you call this category to be meet before they can proceed to the next category. So yeah. And also we can do drip where you can like hold a specific or maybe like give them the access to the specific category in a certain amount of time, maybe after 7 days, after 14 days and stuff like that. So yeah. And aside from that, here on details, this is where you're going to edit the whole information of that course. So let's just wait for that one to load. And yeah, so basically this is where you're going to put your title, the description of the course, and then again, the product thumbnail. So this is where you're going to upload a product thumbnail. It requires this size. So all the images that you will upload to the course area will have its like, photo dimension that's required. And when you click on customization, this is where you're going to upload the details for the author. So in here, this is where you put in the heading for the instructor, the headshot for the instructor, the name, short bio, and the title. And then after that one, another logo needs to be uploaded and also a favicon. So yeah, so that's the basic thing that you need to do with your courses. And after that one, let me just save it. You can do the customization here. Hang on. Let's just wait for this one to load. Yeah, sorry for that. You can customize how your course looks like with their like backgrounds, their fonts and stuff like that by clicking on customize. So let me just try if I can do it. So we have 3 themes currently. We have Newy, we have Classic, and we have the SAS Pro. So for example, I want to use this Classic one. I know, let's just do New York. So you can just click on apply and then customize. And in that way, you can just like customize the whole thing in here. So I won't be able to like discuss all of the basic elements in here, but I'll just give you a quick walkthrough to do it. So this section can be found in here. We have different drop downs, for example, but let me just show you how to get rid of this one. So basically this banner right here can be found on hero and then background. So because basically that's the basic questions that we receive because they can't find where to find this, where to edit this background right here. So it's hero and then background. Yeah. So you can also switch view to see how it looks like on lesson. So if you're adjusting like colors and backgrounds like that, so you can just check it here. So let's just give that one. Yeah, let's just leave that for now. And then, yeah, I think we're all good with the courses. So you okay with the cadence? I will just show you around the offer.
Yeah, that would be good. Thanks.
Okay. So after that one, for example, you already got your products in there. You have uploaded your like videos, your contents and stuff like that. The next thing that you need to do is create an offer for that to attach a price. So when you click on offer, um, Okay, so here we haven't have any offer yet. So what I can do is go here and then go down to offer. And this is where you're going to create the offer separately. So let's just wait for that one to load. And yeah, so when I click on create offer, it will ask me what specific offer that I'm going to do and what the product is. So for example, let's just call it what we did earlier, free Tekmatix course. And then the product would be the one that we created earlier, which is basically how to use Tekmatix. Let's see if we can find it here. How to here, how to use Tekmatix Learner app. Click on that one. Put the price into whatever price you want, but I'll just put it in 0 and then click create. So in here, you can add more details with that specific pricing if you want to put an inclusion description and stuff like that. And yeah, so for example, you're selling a membership and you want like multiple products to be on the specific price. You can just click on add product and add this the other products in here or the other courses. And it will, the purchase is basically like giving them access to all of the courses. So yeah. And then another thumbnail needs to be added here, but it could be like, the same thing with the product thumbnail you have in the courses. And after that one, make sure to put it on publish and that's it. Click save. So you can either customize how it looks like. So when I click on edit checkout, we have limited option to customize the checkout page for the course area for now, but our dev is already working on that one. But basically you can get rid of this banner right here. So let me just get rid of that banner. And then let's have, for example, if I can add a logo in here. No, I can't. Sorry for that. So basically, this is where all the details you put into the offer will show up. So if this is a paid one, it will show you a card detail option below. So since this is a free course, they can just like opt in and get the product. And yeah, so that's it. So for example, if you're ready to like give it with someone or you want you will put it on your maybe your website, your email campaigns and stuff like that, what you can do is give me one sec. Oh, let me just find it again. I forgot what I called it. Free Tekmatix. Here. So when I click on it, let's just wait for that one. Yeah. So when you are ready to launch your product and you are ready to put it maybe on email campaigns, in your websites or in your socials, click on get link and it will definitely it will automatically create a link for you. So when I copy it and I'll put it here into the new tab, this is what it looks like. And yeah, so basically you will have a basic opt-in for the offer. So people can buy it from here and they will automatically have the access to the offer and they will receive the email for the login details. But we have a different workaround for that one if you want to have a fancier type of checkout. But we have a different training for that because it actually takes time to go through step by step. So I will just send you the link for that tutorial after the call. So you okay with that?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Okay. So you have any questions with the process currently?
Just one question. Sometimes Sarah makes an offer which isn't part of the academy. Okay. Like I think course to concepts coming up soon,
Yep.
and it's not part of all the academy's trainings. So is there a way to separate so that that is only available to the people who pay for it?
Yeah, you can definitely because you can create multiple offers for a specific product. So for example, you want to create this you want to create a free Tekmatix course for free. You can create a free offer for that. But if you want someone to pay for it, then you can create another offer. So basically you can create multiple offer.
Nat, can they still have access to the membership site, but also have access to that particular training, that program?
Yeah, it will be automatically added to your course portal.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-mm.
Thanks.
So for Lana, we have a question here. Within our courses, is there a video length time limit? We have a specs for our media. I will try to look for that one. Give me 1 sec. So aside from that, do you guys have any questions before we can hop on with our training? Let me just uh hang on. I haven't really. Yeah, because I got it on mirror. Sorry, I did not. Sorry for that, Luna. Thank you for pointing that out.
I think we're in a retrograde, or we're just coming out of retrogrades. That's why it
Yeah,
looks like.
sorry for that. So yeah. So do you guys have any questions aside from the um question from Cadence?
I just got one. Last week
Okay.
you showed us how to make a link like in a post or something like that that's not a hyperlink into a hyperlink when there's no like normal link button. You went onto a program on the internet and put it into there and created a link. Can you show me that again, please? I missed it.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So it's called you can just like type it. I always forgot the name, but let's try to see if I can find it. Go drive the direct link. I always like, yeah, here. Google always help me with this. So yeah, so this is the link for that. It's called Google Drive Direct Link Generator. You can use it on your emails and other thing. Just make sure you got your Google Drive file shareable and accessible to everyone, and put the drive link in here, and to automatically create a direct download link for your files. So you okay with that, Fiona?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, I'll put the link into the chat so you can just copy it.
Thank you.
No
Can I ask a
worries.
quick one, Nat?
Yeah, for sure, Lisa.
I was a good girl, unlike Fiona, and I wrote it down.
Ah.
But when I came to it afterwards, I thought, what have I written this down for again? So usually, if I was going to send my members something to my Google Drive, I would just give them the ugly link. What does this do? The ugly link doesn't? I missed that bit.
Yeah, for example, it actually automatically downloads the file, because when you actually send them the Google Drive link, it will just open a new tab with the Google Drive. It will save into the Google Drive and not to their devices. It could be on their phone or in their computer. So basically, it's on the cloud-based storage, but if you do it like this, it will be automatically downloaded to their devices.
And does that get round the emails where people request access and you're like, no, make a copy. Don't keep requesting access.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it's
Yeah.
for. Thanks.
It will be better to
Thanks for
do
asking,
it
Fiona.
like this. Yeah, no worries for that, Lisa. So with Luna, if you require support, the quick 15-minute calls are free. Yeah, definitely. 15-minute support call are totally free. Let me just adjust my camera. Yeah, so it's totally for free, Luna. If you don't have the link, please let me know so I can send you. Okay, so I think we don't have the questions here yet. So are you okay with that? Yeah, I think we can move forward with the topic for today. So I actually
Can I ask a quick
found
question?
yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
Angela.
A quick one.
Mm-mm.
Is there any way with these recorded Tekmatix support sessions,
Mm-mm.
is there any way like we could have a kind of a list of the topics that have been recorded in each session, not necessarily the how-tos or whatever you're suggesting, but if somebody says, like the last query, you might just have a little tag that says
Yeah.
Google Drive Direct, but just a little kind of list of the topics that were
Yeah,
covered.
that's
So
really
that I
great.
think,
Hang on, let me just put it on my notes, just like a timestamps and also transcription for the
that
chat.
would be, I
Yeah.
mean, that would be super, but just even just a list so that when we're going through the history of these
Okay.
support sessions, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Angela. We will definitely do that. So hang on, let me
Thank
just get
you.
Yeah, thank you. So let me just get my notes in here because I can't find it. Yeah, timestamps. So let me just put it on my notes. Timestamps. Okay, so that should be done today. Lana. Sorry for that. It's Lana. Okay. And yeah, so I think we're good. So what we're going to do now is, because we've been like getting questions with webinars and stuff like that. So for now, we'll try to create a webinar flow. So basically, this is what we need to do. I have here a workflow that we need to do. So first thing that we need to do when doing webinars and stuff like that, first is you need to set your webinar date. And then after that one, the webinar location, it could be in Google Meet or it could be in Zoom. And then after that one, this flows right here, these two ones is interchangeable. So you can either create your emails first, then create a workflow, or create a workflow and create an email first. So this is totally interchangeable. So when setting your webinar date, you actually need to have, we can just like directly create an email for that one. But I actually found a create event link in here that is totally free. I will just send you the link in the chat. This is introduced to me by Lisa Carlin. She's actually on the community group. So let me just put it here. So what this link do, it will create a calendar event like link, and it will automatically ask your client or students to add that specific event to their calendar. So it could be in Google, it could be in Outlook, it could be in Apple Calendar and stuff like that. You can definitely do it on your like Google Workspace or Google Calendar. But for those people who don't have options for the Google Workspace, you can do it like this. But first thing, let me show you how to do it in Google Calendar first. So to create your webinar event to the Google Calendar and share it to your students so they can book it into their calendar, this is how you can do it. So for example, I have a webinar on Thursday, 16th, 7 to 8. So what I'll do, I'll just highlight that specific time slot. And then I'll just create a title, for example, test webinar. And then let me just, yes, I think that should be all good. Location, you can just directly put your Zoom link in here if you're using your personal meeting room. But if you're having like recurring webinars and stuff like that, I suggest you can create a recurring Zoom meeting link on your Zoom account. So yeah, so I'll just leave that as is for now because I don't have any Zoom link currently. So I'll just click on save. And then the next thing that you need to do is when you click on that, make sure to put it on publish. So click on publish event and then copy this link. So before that, let me just try to edit this one just to make sure we got it on publish. Free, let's just do it for free. And then notification. Yeah, I think that should be all good. So I'll click save and then publish event. So basically this event is published and you can set it to your clients and they will be automatically added to their calendar. The specific event will be added to their calendar. So you can put in the event details in here for the maybe agenda for that webinar and stuff like that. So when I open a new tab and paste that Google link, it will show me this. So let's just wait for that one to load. Yeah, so it will show me this where it actually like asks me to add that specific event to my calendar. So when I click save, it will be automatically added here. It actually functions the same with create event calendar, but in this software, in this site, it actually gives you an option to add it on Microsoft Outlook, Apple Calendar, and like different calendars and stuff like that. So what you can do here is to create the title for the event. So for example, let's just do test webinar again. And then the details would be webinar with that. Location, you can put in your Zoom link in here or Google Meet link, but I'll just leave it blank. And then the date would be, just pick the date that you want. So I'll just choose Thursday, same time. So let's do maybe 20. And then let's just do it this way and click OK. And then after that one, click on create event. You can set your time zone. And then after that, it will show you this. So you can either configure your landing page, because this is how it currently looks like. When I click on copy the link, this is what it's looking like onto the student's end. So yeah, so basically this is what they receive. So they have an option to add it to their Apple Calendar, Google Calendar, Office 365, Outlook, or Yahoo. So yeah, so you can also do it if you don't have the option to create an event in Google Calendar. So yeah. And after that one, let's go to where you're going to create your webinar. So on your Tekmatix account, you can either create a maybe a landing page where people can opt in and request to like join your webinar. So let me just go to my sites and courses and funnels. So for example, let me just use this funnels that I have here. Let's use lifestyle coaching. But before I can do the funnel, let me just create the form first, because I just want to like, get things done first before I could go to funnels. So first create your form, make it like customized to your webinar. So I'll just create a form, click on add form. And then after that one, put in the necessary field that you want to collect. So for me, I'll just want the first name and the email. And of course, I want this the button. So for the button, I will just put it like this. I'll put it in full width. And I'll do join webinar. So yeah, so I'll just do it like this. And after that one, click on option to rename the form. So I'll just do it like webinar form 214. So I will be familiarized with what form I created. So I'll click save. So basically that's the form that I want to use. And after that, I'll go to funnels. Hang on. Yeah, definitely. Let's do captcha. Sorry. Thank you for that, Lisa. Yay. So let's do caption here. So yeah,
I said
please.
something helpful. Somebody
Yeah.
take a picture.
Yay. So thank you for that. Captcha is really helpful to avoid people that is like, basically spamming your email or your inbox and stuff like that. So yeah, so put in captcha. So that would be very helpful. Thank you, Lisa. So let me just save this form and let's go to funnels. And then after that, let's just go to the page. So you can choose any like template that you have, or you can either like put it on your main website, just copy the embed link from that form. But I'll just do it here. So let me just, so I can have like, the publicity of that specific form. So I'll just add it here. So let's just call this maybe template as maybe my webinar template. Let's just wait for that one to load. Yeah. So maybe I'll call it, let me just remove this stuff right here because this is just basically a landing page. And let me just delete it. Yep, so just leave it as is. And then maybe I'll just do it like this. Join my webinar now. Join my webinar, and you can put in different element. Like for example, you can either put a countdown timer in here. So let's do a countdown timer. Yeah, so let's do this one. Let's try to see if that works. Change the color into white. Yep, so let's change the other one into white too. Yeah, so let's try to configure the date. The date can be configured here. So for example, our event will be on Thursday, February 16th, and the end time would be around 7 p.m. because that's basically what we set with the calendars earlier. And yeah, so for example, we just have that like, basic opt-in and basic reminder when will be the webinar is. And then, yeah, you can just like configure everything like you can see at the button. I mean, to the bottom, but for I will just do it here on top. And then after that one, I'll just click save just to like save the changes. And then after that one, I want this button to be redirecting to the pop-up because I want to put my webinar form onto the pop-up. So what I'll do here, when I click onto this button element, as you can see here in the left-hand side, it's saying button settings. So it means I'm changing, or I mean, I'm currently like working on the button. So here below, you will see the button actions in here. So instead of putting it onto the next step, put it onto the pop-up. And then after that one, click on the pop-up to edit the pop-up. So when I click on the pop-up, it will show something like this. Just click on add a row. So you can add a row. And then after that one, add an element. So the element could be the same thing, could be just a form. So here, form, click on that. And then choose the form that you just created. So for us, it would be webinar. So give me 1 sec. Let me type in. Yeah, here, webinar 214. Yep. So basically that's the form that we created earlier, right? So it's not loading yet. So yeah, so basically that's a form. I'll just put a headline here somewhere on top just to caught attention. It's not letting me click on it. Hang on. Yeah. And maybe fill out the form to join the webinar. So let's just do it like that. Just to, yep. So I'll click save. And then after that one, to actually configure the actions that you want to happen after they fill out the form, you can either send them to a thank you page or it could be an upsell. So it depends on you. But for me, I'll just create a thank you page. So when you click on this like element, you will see a like button actions again. And this is where you're going to configure what do you want to happen when someone like filling out the form. So you can either like redirect them to the next step. But let me just try to check if you already got the thank you page in here. We checked. We only have a schedule page. Let's try to see this one. Let's just wait for that.
The internet's been slow here in Australia as well. I'm glad it's not just us.
Yeah, that's really bad. Okay, so basically this is thank you page. You can put in different elements into your thank you page if you want. But for me, what I usually do is maybe thank you for signing up. Let's just do it like this. The free webinar. Click on the button below to add the event to your calendar. And what I'll do next, you can either like put in like different descriptions in here or whatever you want. But me, I'll just add a button here. I'll just change the color into maybe red because it has red in here. Let me just adjust what it looks like. I'm just trying to do some things in here because I just want it to be rounded. So yeah, so let's just, yeah, so give me 1 sec. Let me just try to make it pretty. Okay. So for example, this is where we're going to paste the link we got from either Google Calendar or this event calendar right here. So for example, when someone like submitted the form, they finished filling out the form and stuff like that, they will be redirected to the thank you page and they will be able to like add the event to the calendar. So they will be reminded about that event. And basically you will already like block out that specific time slot so they can like, attend your call or maybe webinar. So what you can do next, let me just go back here, click on that button, and again, do the button action as webinar URL, and then get the link from here. So you can either just use your Google Calendar if you have one, but let me just use this one. And then after that, let's go to here and add that link in here. So basically, the process would be after they fill out the form, they will be redirected here and they will be able to add it to the calendar. So let me just rename the button into add event to your calendar. Yeah, so that would be it. So I'll just click save. So this is basically my thank you page. So let me just go back to the main dashboard so you can see where I'm currently at. Let's just wait for this one to load. And yeah, so do you guys have any questions? If you like a picture from a template, are we able to download and use within any template? Yeah, definitely, Luna. You have a media library where you can put in all your like media files and assets. So you have any specific email, specific image that you want to use. So a different website, just download it and re-upload it to your media library and you can use it. So yeah. Yeah, my internet is really bad. I don't know what's happening. So yeah. So we're currently here. This is a thank you page. This is the landing page that we have with the forms and stuff like that. So I'll just remove the schedule page right here because we don't need it. Let me just delete that one. Yes, delete. And then let's go back here because I have to redirect it to the next step, which is basically the thank you page. So give me 1 sec while my screen takes time to load. So, yeah. Here, go to pop-up. And then when you click on this form, configure the button action into moving to the next step. So it means after they fill out the form, they will be redirected to the next step, which is basically the thank you page. So I'll just click save. And let's just wait for that one to load. And then after that, yeah, when creating landing page, website, or whatever you want to create inside like Tekmatix, always make sure to set up the SEO metadata because it will show up into your result and also preview when you're trying to share the link into your social media pages and maybe Google searches and stuff like that. So let me just call it like free webinar.
Nat, could you just repeat what you said? Go to settings and you have to do what for what?
Oh, sorry. Go to settings. Sorry, I'm moving fast with that one. When I click on settings, this is SEO metadata. This is basically search engine optimization. This will help you rank up your searches in Google. And yeah, basically in Google. So when setting up SEO metadata, you are basically writing description for that specific page and specific maybe landing pages or website. What you can do for that is just add the title for the site. For the title, you can just put in maybe your company name, your company details, or maybe what this site is all about. And also you can put in description, keywords, what would be the closest keywords for this one. So let me just fill it in so I can show you how to fill it out. So free webinar with Tekmatix. And then the description would be join a free webinar. And then keywords, the keywords for this one would be a webinar, free course, training, workshop. So if you can add like multiple keyword, that would be great because you will like have higher chances to land with different searches. Yeah. And author, you can put in your name or company name. So let's just do Tekmatix in here. And then social image, you can either put in maybe a logo or any image that you want to put in here. And then after that one, you can just like click on update and that would be it. So yeah, basically your SEO is now set. So yeah, when I click save, yeah, so let's just wait for that one to save. Yeah, it's really taking time to load. Okay, When I go back to the main dashboard, yeah, it's really taking time to load. Sorry for that. So loving the countdown timer. Yeah, it's really useful. The countdown timer is really useful when like doing webinar like events and stuff like that. Uh okay. So I hope it did not crash because we still have like lots to work on. Yay! So it did not crash. So what we can do next, after you set everything up with like your website and stuff like that, what you can do next is go to publishing and rename that specific page. So maybe I'll just call it like webinar opt-in, or you can specify it into your like own branding or whatever. So I'll just edit the step path. Step path is basically the front slash on the link that you see onto like the web pages and stuff like that. So let me just call it webinar opt-in. You will see how it looks like in a bit. So I'll just click update. Thank you page can remain like thank you page. That's all good. When I go to settings, this is where what you need to set up. So you can either have a favicon URL. So favicon is basically this small image here on top. So I'll just show you on how to do that in a bit. So go to media.
If you didn't have favicon, what would you use? Just
yeah, you
logo
could just
name or something? Because I'm looking up Sarah's and I'm going, she doesn't have one.
yeah, because it depends on if you have a logo, you can just like make it smaller and you can just use it as your favicon. Yeah, if you have a logo or maybe an image you can use as your favicon. So it really depends on you on how you want it to be. So yeah, if you have an existing logo, you can just like crop it and stuff like that, so it can like appear as a logo.
Yeah, it's just
I
my
mean
name. It doesn't actually show up nicely. Like the Tekmatix one looks really cool, right?
Yeah, basically because it's circle. Usually circle looks nice with like favicon. So if you're planning to do logo, make a version that is circle so you can use it on your favicon. So
Cool,
yeah.
thanks.
So for example, let's just do Tekmatix in here. So what you can do, click on the specific image on your media library. If you don't have it yet, just click on upload file and upload it from your computer. But since we already got it here, I'll just use this one. I'll click on this favicon. I lost the link icon. So click on this one, right click, and then click on get link. So I just did right click. Sorry, I'm not sure on how that works with Mac computers, but just click on get link. I just do right click on my end and I need to go back. And then let's just wait for that. Go back again to the exact funnel. And then go to sites and courses, go to that exact funnel. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Let's go back here. So I'll just paste the favicon in here. And then the last step that we need to do is, let me just put the favicon in here and I'll just rename it webinar, free webinar opt-in. Opt-in, and then yeah, and then here in domain, this is where you're going to make your landing page live. So if you already have a domain link in here, you can definitely just use that one because it will just act as a subdomain. So it won't mess up your existing like websites if you link it to maybe any existing websites you have. So just link it to any domains you have. So I'll just link it with learn.tekmatix.com and I'll click save. And it now creates this link right here for the opt-in. So when I click on this one and paste it on the new tab, this is currently what it looks like. Let's just wait for that one to load. Yeah, so basically this is how it looks like. It has the countdowns in here and it has this button right here. When I click on that button, it will show the pop-up. We can do, do you need to link? Yeah, it depends on your preference, Lisa. If you want to link your domain first, you can do that. If you want to do it last, then you can do that. As long as you already got your domain link into your account, you can just like, play around with things and just do it on your like preference. So yeah. So let's just leave this now. Just leave this as is for now. And what we can do next is basically create your workflow and your email. So when I go to your Tekmatix account and go to automated workflows, let's just wait for that one to load. We already have set up a webinar workflow right here. So when you click on webinar right here, it will show you the steps on creating webinar. So let's just wait for this one. Let's just see if we got it right. Okay, so this is actually set. So let me just go back and let me just show you something. So you can either use this webinar template we already have, or you can create a workflow. So when I create on workflow, click on the create workflow button on top. You were actually given this pre-made like automations with Tekmatix. So we have an options that would actually like for the webinar registration right here. And we have different this is basically a pre-made workflow into the system. So you can try to take a look at this one if you want to take a look with the pre-made workflow we have. So let's just click on this one just to start fresh, and then click on create new workflow. And then after that one, let's just wait for that. And yeah, so basically it's the same like layout and stuff like that. So the trigger for this like whole workflow would be when someone submitted the form from our webinar funnel, right? So what you need to do here, let me just delete this one so you won't get confused on how to do it. Hang on. Yeah. So what you need to do is click on add new workflow trigger. And the workflow trigger is basically form submission, because we want to target those people who submitted the form, right? So when you click on form submitted, click on that one. Click on add filters. Under the drop down, click on form is, and then specify the form. So the form that we want in here is the form we created earlier that we attached to the landing page. So let me just look it up. Webinar form. Yeah, basically this one. So when I click on that one and save trigger. So basically this whole workflow will fire off after someone submitted the form. So yeah. So basically the flow of the like webinar would be, first they will be tagged with a specific tag you want to add. So for me, I just want to add these people as webinar. And then click save action. So yeah. And also after that one, let me just save it just to save the changes. And then here on the set webinar event start date, this is where you're going to set the event start time for your webinar. So here, specific date and time, you need to set it into the exact date that you want to trigger the event. So for us, let's just do 16th. And then the time would be, let's do maybe 8 p.m. Is it 8 or 7? Let's do 7. Let's just do 8. Yes. 8 p.m. Oh yeah, I think it's accepts maybe 20. Yeah, it's not letting me type in. Okay. Oh yeah, p.m. Sorry, I can't see. 8 p.m. So that's fine. And then after that one, I'll just click on save action. You can actually like name all the steps right here so you won't get confused. So when I click on set webinar date, I'll just rename it event at Feb 16, 8 p.m. So you will see it here, so you will get organized with the steps you have. And then after that one, after they submitted a form, they will receive a confirmation email coming from you about that specific event. So you can put in the stuff right here. Like for example, maybe your calendar link and stuff like that. You can definitely customize it, or you can use the email builder for that. But let's just leave this for now. Save action. Then after that one, basically this wait step will be triggered 1 day before the appointment. So this is a reminder, like email 1 day before, like the exact webinar event. And then after that one, they will receive the email, and then they will put on hold again 1 hour before the webinar, and they will receive this 1 hour reminder email. So you can definitely configure it into like your own voice, your own branding and stuff like that. And then after that one, yeah, basically the last one would be 10 minutes before, and the 10 minutes before reminder. So yeah, so basically that's how easy you can create a workflow for webinars. So if you're planning to do like a webinar, maybe like in the future, or maybe like this week or next month, you can just follow those steps, because we have already a pre-made workflow for that one, and we already have like a pre-made template on your account, loaded to your account. And yeah, so let's just try to save this one now, and let's do a test. So I'll just do save. And then, yeah, so basically this workflow will trigger when someone submitted a form, right? So let's try to submit the form, and let's do a test. So I'll also send you the link onto this chat if you want to do a test too. So let me just, I can see the chat. Hang on, here on top. Cadence. Oh, that's bad, Cadence. Yeah, it's also raining on my end currently. That's why my dogs are really noisy. They're cold.
Do you have a countdown timer, clock timer and everything for your webinar?
I only have it here. You mean with the emails or the landing page?
For the landing page, so they encourage them to watch the recording.
You mean you want them to like watch the recording after maybe the webinar?
Or a countdown to be able to start the webinar, or do you have yours on immediate start?
Before it starts. So I put it on maybe 7 p.m. because the event would start at 7 p.m. So it's 2 days and 12 hours. Yeah. It depends on like, your schedule and your exact date for the event. So yeah. So let me just do a test, get started. Let me just put in here the necessary information, and then okay, thank you, Lisa. Join webinar. And after that one, you will see that we will be redirected to the thank you page, which is basically give you the option to add the event to your calendar. So when I click on add event to the calendar, it will give me this option. So for example, you are using like Outlook, you can just click on Outlook. But for me, I'll just do Google. And then let's just wait for that one to load. Okay, so yeah. So I'll just click save, and it will automatically be added to your Google account. So when I go back to the workflows, let me just do a refresh. Let me just go to webinar. As you can see in here, I already have 2 people enrolled, and that's basically me and Lisa, because Lisa opted in too. So it means 2 people submitted a form from your landing page. So this is where you're going to see it. Also, it will be automatically added as a contact in here. So when you go to contacts, you will see those people that opt in that we actually tagged as webinar. So if you actually want to create, for example, when you're running a webinar and you want to know who those people are currently opt into your webinar landing page, what you can do is filter the contacts and filter it by tag. So I'll just filter it by tag. So I'll just type in tag in here. And then I'll just filter it with a tag that's basically webinar, because that's what we added to the workflow. And yeah, so when I filter it with webinar, you will see me and Lisa in here because we opt into the webinar. So I'll just click on save smart list, and I'll just call this smart list as webinar attendees. attendees, and that should be it. So that's all set. So as you can see, the webinar attendees were added as a smart list here on the top of the list. These are all of my contacts, and these are the people who wants to attend the webinar. So yeah, so that's basically how you do it. So me and Lisa will receive the email reminder for a webinar 1 day before the event. So 1 hour before the event and 10 minutes before the event. So that's basically the flow of the reminders for the webinars.
Does your webinar keep any stats like how long people watch the webinar for, or you know, any viewer stats like that, so you can see if your webinar where they're dropping off?
I don't think so, because we you have your webinar maybe hosted on Zoom and other like softwares, but we actually have a trigger for that one. Give me 1 sec, but I haven't actually tested. But let me introduce it to you. Let me just click on this stuff right here. When I click on create workflow, let's see if I can find it, because I see we can trigger a specific percentage of the video they watch. Add new workflow trigger. Here, video tracking. So we have a video tracking here, but I'm not yet sure on how it works, but let me see if I can do it here. Video tracking, and then add filters. It's taking time. I'll just teach that. So I'll just click on adding again, and let's see if that works for now. Thank you, Lisa. See you next Tuesday. Well done. Any analytics for the webinar? Yeah, definitely. Cadence, you can definitely like create a workflow after the event. So I'll show you how to do that in a bit. Video tracking. Yeah, so here it is. Who asked about it? Sorry. Is it
Fiona.
Fiona. So if you have maybe it could be like a webinar replay into your funnel, you can actually track it on what percentage they watch. So for example, the funnel is any of, let's try to do it this way. Yeah, so for example, you got your videos right here. Let's see if I can trigger something. Oh yeah, so you can like add this specific video in here, and then video duration equals to, hang on, equals to, let's try to see, video duration percentage could be maybe is empty when they haven't watched it, or it could be greater than maybe 50% if they have watched half of the video. And yeah, so I haven't did the test for this one because this is actually new. So do you have any questions with that, Fiona? Basically, it actually acts the same with the other workflow, where you can trigger an email maybe when someone like completed this video or like finish half of the video, you will send them an email afterwards.
Okay, cool. So you could use that in your course to see if the students were watching their videos and their work as well.
For the courses, we can't do it on the courses yet, I think. Hang on. Funnel. Yeah, it's only available in the funnels. Hang on, let me try to. Give me 1 sec, please. Hey, Angela, give me 1 sec. Let me just get you the link. Video is any off? Yeah, you actually need to have the video onto the media library. So it means it will just trigger the videos that will be attached to your emails and to your websites.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the trigger for the courses, it will be when a specific category is completed and when specific like product is completed.
Okay.
So yeah. With back to Caden's question with like a automation when after the webinar. This is how you do it. Give me one sec. Let me just find it. Yeah, here. So when I click on this one, give me one sec. Let me just put it here. Yeah. So you can see, we have the wait step before the event, right? So what you can do now is create a wait step after the event. So when I click on plus button right here, I'll put it on wait, and then the wait would be instead of time delay, it could be appointment start time, and I'll put the when into after. So let's say, for example, after 2 days, you will send them the recording via email, or you will send them the link for the recording. What you can do is put in maybe 2 hours in here, and then click save and add in another email. So let me just do it like this. And yeah, so basically that's it. So this is the most important thing to do. Add a wait step after the event. So yeah. Do you have any questions for that?
No, that's great. Thank you.
No worries. Anyone? Mike, do you have any questions?
No, it's making a lot of sense. And it was some things I was going to ask about. So I really appreciate it.
Yay, that's great. I'm happy that I helped you for that. How about you, Angela? Do you have any questions?
No, I'm still very much a newbie, so most of this is kind of really going over my head in terms of practical application, but I'm kind of figuring by sitting in, at least I get an appreciation of what's available, so that when I'm ready for it, I can actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. So I've sent the free 15-minute call link to
Thank
the
you.
chat. So you can just like book
Thank
in
you.
any of us for a
Right.
free 15-minute call. So if any of you guys who wants to have maybe a quick chat with anything with our experts, you can just book in a free 15-minute call with us, so we can hop in a call with you and help you out. So yeah. How about you, Lorna? Do you have any question? Yeah, I think Lorna is great. Yeah, I think we're good with that. So I actually need to hop off now. So let me just stop my share. So thank you guys for hopping on a call with me tonight, and see you next Tuesday.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so much,
Thanks, Nat.
guys. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.